fuck is this ad? Whatever. Um, 3 tiers most likely meta, good but not meta, one trick only. One trick only just means that the only reason you play this is because you're a one trick, right? Um, do we go? I'm gonna go from here to here, which is kind of fun. So Prot Warrior. Issues with Prot Warrior. First off, let's talk about the good stuff about Prot Warrior. Prot Warrior 1 Spell Reflect is insane this season. Don't know if it'll be like that on live, but it's really good. Bad part is there's a bunch of non-blockable tank busters that absolutely clap. Their damage is pretty bad. Hasn't really changed. They've gotten very low amounts of iterations, so they're pretty much the same as they've always been. They're actually not as tanky as people think, especially in more prolonged pulls, and especially when you actually have to do pulls to time the dungeon. Not that great. So I think I would honestly probably just put it in the one trick only tier. There's not really that much benefit to playing them. DPS Warriors just strictly better. You pretty much never want to run this in a actual like competitive comp. Very low group effectiveness. It doesn't really bring much to group. It has the Intervene Magic Shield, which is a really low shield. It's only like 400k. So really doesn't make a big difference. Rally is also kind of beans. They have good CC, but it's not like great. So it's okay. They really just don't bring that much to the group. They need a very large damage buff and some tankiness buffs, I think. Just a little bit. Good thing to play to get into tanking. Bear Warrior. So let's talk about VDH. So VDH is not bad. There's a couple builds that are actually pretty good with it. They do good damage. They are pretty tanky. The issue with VH is right now you have low stats. So low stats means low demon spikes sometimes, which means you're not tanky. You have more windows of being very weak. In meta, they're about the same as they were before. So the issue with that is unless you can kind of do your big pulls around meta, which is possible, but not like it's not as reliable as it is in Dragonflight. I don't think it'll be like insane, but it'll still be viable, especially with Chaos Brand. You can never discount Chaos Brand. If you can find a way to live on VDH, Chaos Brand can carry a lot of keys. So definitely good, but definitely not meta yet. You'll kind of feel it if you guys play VDH. Next is Prot Paladin. So Prot Paladin, if you run like full haste mastery, it's actually pretty good. You definitely can't like go like full crit haste or anything like that, full crit verse. You really want to go full haste mastery, play in conk, play Lightsmith. Lightsmith's pretty good. If you play Templar, you're going to be depressed because Templar sucks. Yeah, pretty good. Really heavy party utility, absolutely insane. Sack value, pretty good. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. It's like best interrupt tank, best utility tank by far now. Yeah, definitely good, but not meta yet. I think Prot Paladin with some damage buffs could absolutely be meta. It's a very high chance that it's meta. All right, let's talk about Bear. Bear's just insane. In my opinion, the tankiest or tied with the tankiest tank right now. If you play the Incarn build that Ace made, if you guys don't know him, it's Ace2 on Twitch. You can do a lot of damage. You're immortal. You have Mark of the Wild. You have Decurse, Poison Dispel, Vortex. Like you have all sorts of crazy stuff. Lots of stops, and again, just immortal. So very likely to be meta. There's really not much to say about Bear. There's not really any downsides. It pretty much brings everything. Talking about poison dispels also, a reason Warrior is probably not going to be good is it doesn't bring any dispel at all. Doesn't bring freedom. Doesn't bring anything. So really want the dispels this season. It is very important to have dispels this season. Decurse and poison dispel, super important, and disease dispel. And Bear covers poison and decurse. So let's talk about Brew. So Brew, again, poison. Poison disease covers 2 of them. Not as good as Bear. Good high damage. Their tankiness has definitely took a big hit, especially in with Elixir. So that's pretty bad. And you definitely feel it, especially in the longer poles. They're not squishy by any means, but they are still very hard to play and very hard to live on. It takes a lot more effort to live on Brew and higher keys now than it did before, especially because you can't like build like tank trinkets. Tank trinkets are a very big deal on Brew and always have been, always will be, because they get more benefit from Celestial Fortune. So yeah, it's hard to say. We'll have to see when we get more gear. Right now, we're heroic, like very base heroic gear. So until we get max gear, you can't really represent Brew too much, just because they're a very main stat reliant class. And honestly, they're kind of secondary reliant too, but mostly main stat reliant. So right now, mid tier. I think they really should or unnerf Elixir, or at least put it at 75. And also put the Magic Stagger buff in that they haven't put in for over 2 months, which I will be making a forum post about again today for like the 7th time. Surely they read it. But yeah, this is M+. I can make a raid tank. I can make a raid tier list too if you guys want. And then Blood DK. They don't bring any Dispel, but they are they're actually literally immortal. High damage tank, if not the highest uncapped AoE damage tank. Decent single target, AMS immunes. They can clear a bunch on the last boss of Grim Batol, which when you guys run into that boss, you will understand why that's important. Absolutely pivotal in that boss. Group AMS is good, but it doesn't prevent debuffs. Yeah, it's not really much else to say. Also, Grip is really OP in the season. Grip is absolutely insane in the season. Super, super good. So yeah, S tier. I'd probably put it like this. I'll put these in order. Hold on. There we go. So, Bear, or DK, then Bear, then Brew, then Pally, then DH, then Warrior, in that order. Can you comment on tier list? Bear with Lunar Hero Tree? Yes. So it's Blood DK with Deathbringer, Bear with Lunar, Brew with Master of Harmony, Paladin with Lightsmith, DH with, what's it called? Aldrachi Reaver, and then Prot Warrior with Mountain Thane. Pretty sure it's Mountain Thane. But yeah, this is I'm pretty confident in this order right now. I can't see it changing too much. Again, DH at any moment could get buffed and become here. Same with Paladin, could come here as well. More than likely, it's Paladin because of how much shit they bring. If they receive any like substantial buffs, they'll automatically just be Bis and won't even be close. But yeah, that's